I get excited just hearing about what people are having for lunch. I love my junk food, like who is hungry? We're always talking about what's for lunch, what are you getting? Hey, what are you gonna get? Don't get me started on meat. I fucking love meat. I love food. So I'm gonna talk about food in this one. What I've discovered is that food is a really popular topic. I find myself always watching kind of food reviews. I've always loved watching food reviews. I love watching cooking shows. I'm very passionate about all types of food. I get excited just hearing about what people are having for lunch. And I remember when I worked in the corporate world, lunchtime was probably my favorite part of the day. That's something that I look forward to the most. Even the night before, almost after having dinner and looking at what's, preparing the food for the next day or thinking about what I'm going to have lunch for the next day. Super passionate about food. Always loved it. Love all kinds of food. And food is actually a huge kind of topic, even in like my bricks amongst all the staff. Like we're always talking about what's for lunch. What are you getting? Hey, what are you going to get? Are you going to get this? Are you going to get that? Or even just like bringing food in. What did you cook? It's often a thing that we love to talk about. And not just that. Our way that we celebrate success here at Like My Bricks is all about the food. Whether it's organizing like the food truck or the burger truck to come out and cook burgers and everyone just gets together, or going out for a meal. It's always like, where are we going to go? Ooh, what are we going to order? Food is such a huge thing. That's how we celebrate things at Like My Bricks. It's how I celebrate things in my life. I love, people have like the typical birthday kind of things, but honestly, when it comes to food and my family, and that's what I love the most, is it's where we're going to go to eat. Where's a good place? And we want to go to the best place and not just a mediocre place for that type of food. I guess it's a reflection of who I am. It's what I value, and also the people I connect with and surround myself with. If you're a food lover, you're my person. If we can talk about not just food, but like every type of food in terms of what you order, where you go to eat, what's a good place to go eat this type of food, we can talk for hours. I guess the biggest point I'm trying to make is that although I'm an entrepreneur, although I'm a founder of this business and love to talk about business things, I'm still that ordinary guy, and that basically anyone can do this. Anyone can be on this journey of entrepreneurship, because at the end of the day, I'm your ordinary guy who loves not just Lego and pop culture or whatever it is. Food is a huge thing for me, and it's simple, and this is what I wanted to talk about. Normal, everyday things that make me me. So if you're still watching, that means you're also a foodie, and I want to get into what I love the most about certain types of food. What are my favorite types of food? So thank you if you're still watching, and I'm going to get right into it right now. So my background is Malaysian. Although I was born here, my parents were from Malaysia, but I grew up, I guess, being surrounded with Asian food. In particular, Cantonese food and Malaysian food. Cantonese food is kind of the foods you see, your roast duck, your roast pork, your chow meins, your fried noodles, that kind of thing. Yes, Malaysian cuisine also is different, and when I think about Malaysian cuisine, it's all about char kway teow, wat dan ho, your different curries, Malaysian curries, and that's usually your curry chicken with potato and rendang and all that kind of thing. Malaysian food is awesome, and I love it. I love, I guess, going around to find the best char kway teow. Or finding the best kind of laksa there is, or best kind of wat dan ho. Now, wat dan ho, if you don't know, it kind of doesn't look the best when if you're new to it and you see it for the first time, you're like, I don't know about that, because it doesn't have the greatest kind of texture look, but far out. If you're an egg fan, if you like the smokiness of certain noodles, fried noodles, wat dan ho is awesome. I'm not even saying it right. I'm going to say it more authentic. And what's funny is my Cantonese is terrible, and I think I sound better in my head, but when I actually say it out loud, it sounds terrible. I'm like, oh shit. Anyway, so from the get-go, Chinese food, Cantonese food, I'm so passionate about going out to eat Cantonese food or Chinese food. I guess one of my all-time favorite foods is a vegetable, and it's called dao miu. And what that is actually no pea sprouts that are fried in garlic. I could honestly eat a whole plate of that shit. And every time we go out to eat now to a Chinese restaurant, I'm always going straight for that. If you've been to Chinese restaurants and you've seen that dish, and you'll know what I mean, but it's got that smokiness of the wok and the garlic, and I could seriously eat a whole plate of that. I love that stuff. I've actually wrote this down because I love so many different foods. I didn't want to make sure I didn't miss out on certain ones. Another really good Malaysian dish is something called hami, and it's something that my mum makes really good, and it's basically prawn. It's like a prawn noodle soup, and they basically use like prawn shells and fry to get it all fragrance, and it's kind of like a laksa. People might think it's like laksa, but it's like a prawn broth. I'm not a huge kind of seafood kind of person. Anything too fishy, like I can't do. But at the same time, if it's fresh, then I love it. So, sushi, I love sushi. I love Japanese food. Ramen is probably is up there as one of my favorite types of foods. And that brings me to instant noodles. Like growing up, it was all about instant noodles. I remember like growing up and kind of like smelling like, oh, it's bedtime, but then you can smell someone cooking instant noodles, As soon as someone cooks instant noodles, it wafts the whole house and you can smell it. And it was my dad basically having instant noodles late at night or prepping it for his work day the next day. And so I've always loved instant noodles. My sons love instant noodles. It's a huge thing in a part of my life. There's also, going to find different good ramens is something I love to do as well. Haven't been to Japan yet. That is something that I'd love to do one day, but haven't had an opportunity. I will. I'll make it happen. I can't wait to basically go ramen hunting. Don't get me started on meat. I fucking love meat. Charcoal barbecue is one of the best things in life. And if you haven't tried doing your own charcoal barbecue, you really should try it. And once you go charcoal, you can never go back. I'm talking about just getting good charcoal and just barbecuing different meats. Wagyu, getting steaks, pork belly, just marinating it simply and just putting on the charcoal is so fucking good. I love that shit. Barbecue K, so Korean barbecue, one of my favorites. And you got to find the ones with the charcoal, not just the fire gas stove ones. Nah, that's not charcoal. That's not Korean barbecue to me. Good Korean barbecue is finding ones with charcoal. That smokiness of that meat, I love it. I love the kimchi that comes with it. I love all the condiments that you have. And I love the little stews that you can get on the side. So Korean barbecue is a huge thing for me. But just good meat, like, your briskets, your smoking of meat, your ribs. Love that. I love doing that. I just love, barbecues in general. Just so good. But basically anything with charcoal, like cooked meat, winner. I love my junk food. Like, although I've been really into fitness lately, junk food is one of those ones where, look, it is junk and you got to do it. Look, it is junk and you got to do it in moderation. But like something as simple as Macca's, love it. Like, I can't not love it. Macca's is one of those good things, especially when it's fresh. So the one that we have near work is always on point. And so, my go-tos are my Big Macs, my quarter pounder. Like, I love it all actually, except fillet of fish. I don't really do fillet of fish. But everything there, you got to have your nuggets. Not really into those kind of Angus beef burger ones that they have there, or I don't know. I just love the originals. So your quarter pounder, your Big Mac, cheeseburgers, chicken nuggets, Macca's all the way. And actually go the vanilla Coke with it, which is kind of odd, but it's just something I've always liked. Love KFC. What Asian doesn't like KFC? Wicked wings. Heck, you not love wicked wings. Actually, wicked wings with rice. Good one. But I also love a good fish and chips. Like, if you can find a good fresh fish and chips, it's always a winner. Charcoal chicken, your pizzas. Not a huge fan of Pizza Hut. I think on Domino's, I prefer like the kind of own kind of pizzas. I love like the fire oven pizzas, like their full wood fire oven pizzas. I love those. And I love just a good kind of homemade pizza as well. My biggest thing that I wanted to share is that, aside from my passion for food, but bringing your authentic passion should be at the heart of everything you do. And it's not just sport. It's not just Lego. It's not just pop culture or business. It should be the whole thing, including the simple things that make you you. So if that is food, then I say bring it to the table as well. Fitness, everything that I'm doing, everything that's making me me. So I would talk about business, I'll talk about my personal life, I'll talk about my passions, including Lego and fitness and basketball. So the whole thing. And that is what makes me me, and that's what I love to share, and that is what I'm all about. I encourage you to embed that into your business, embed that into the culture, because it's a reflection of who you are and it's what you value. With this, it'll attract your type of people to your mission and what you're all about, and it ensures that you surround yourself by the people who are like-minded and aligned with your passions. So I say to you, be as authentic as you can be in everything you do, because you don't want to not be you. You don't want to be fake, and you don't want to attract the wrong type of people. You want to attract people who are aligned with what you're passionate about, who are aligned with your outlook in life, and with that, you're able to truly build the team that you want to build, and surround yourself with good people. That's what I say. Surround yourself with good people, not shit people. I hope you've enjoyed this one. If you're a foodie like me, then I found my people. I'm glad you've watched this far. Throw me a comment. Tell me, what is your food that you love to eat? It could be a list. I'm happy to hear it. And if you're in Melbourne, give me the best places that you've been to. Like I said, who knows? Maybe I'll start visiting some places and sharing in more detail the best places where I go to eat. That will be an interesting one. But if you want to see that, let me know. Send me a like, subscribe, shoot me a comment, and I'd love to get chatting with you outside of this as well. Thank you guys. We'll see you in the next one.